I finally became a man. Like I think today, y'all say today I finally become a man. Like people think becoming a man is somebody that provide, protect, um, you know, probably do some guidance and stuff like that, be a great example and stuff like that. And that is a part of it. That is definitely a part of it. But I think when you or a woman for that matter is when you really figured it out, like you finally figured it out, like you figured out pretty much everything for the most part, and you reached a point in life and where you just did so many things, been through so many things, experienced so many people that you get it. Like you get it. Like I had received a text just now from a family member. And I would have normally reacted one way, but I chose to react another way. Like I was like, you know, just hey, it is what it is. But that taught me something. Um, it taught me that the way I reacted just now. It taught me that you don't, as a man or a woman for that matter, you don't have to. Um, you definitely don't have to allow people to play on your emotions. You don't have to allow people to like once a person Mike Tyson said it best, once a person can control you emotionally, they own you. They pretty much own you. Like if they could say something, do something to control you emotionally, they pretty much own you. And another thing in becoming a man is when you reach a point in life where you realize how to make money, how to make resources happen for you and your family, how to build your life in a way that no matter what you just can't lose. You know what I'm saying? When you learn these things, how to build your life in a way financially, in a way that you can't lose emotionally, you've built yourself up in a way that you can't lose psychologically, you've built yourself up in a way that you can't lose physically. You're working out, you've built yourself up in a way you can't lose. um you've really reached your epic of being a man or a woman. Okay. um I'm now with this mindset that I literally have right now, right this second, as of today. Like I see people, the world, everything so much differently. Like I had a whole paradigm shift probably like 30 minutes ago. I had a whole paradigm shift like 30 minutes ago. And I said, like, man, I had to do this video. I had a whole paradigm shift. And not only that, like something happened last night also. I received a text message. It's weird, man. I just thought about that. I received a text message from one person last night and another family member earlier. And in my mind, they were like both kind of fucked up text messages, but I reacted in the opposite way that I would have normally reacted. And it just taught me something about people. People don't change, circumstances might change, but the person, the real person, like they really won't, like most people really won't change. The circumstance will change that will make it look like they've changed, but they really haven't. Like and you have to test people. Once you test a person and see, hey, if they've really changed, that'll let you know. You know what I know I have changed. I always tell people the definition of insanity is if you're the same person today you was 20 years ago, you wasted 20 years. If you're the same person today you was yesterday, you wasted 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? If you're the same person, tonight you were when you got up earlier, you wasted hours, 8 hours. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, I I I think I've reached a point in life where physically I've balanced out, emotionally I've balanced out, financially I've balanced out. I have my finances in order. I live on a budget. I have my life set up to where um, I have an asset for everything. I have an asset for my retirement. I have an asset for this bill. I have an asset for that bill. Physical asset as at that land. Y'all know how I feel about land and physical assets. That's my main thing. And they say cryptocurrency is gonna go up the second part of this year. So y'all might want to load up on y'all cryptocurrency. It's supposed to explode, but then it's gonna go down next year. It's gonna completely crash next year. Sometime the middle or end of next year it's gonna crash. So that's why I believe in physical assets, man. I believe in land, number one physical asset. So I have a piece of land for you know, my daughter when she get older, she want to have a car and a life. I have one for each of my sons and their life. I started life late. That's why I say I finally became a man because I feel like I started life in my late 30s, early 40s is when my manhood actually began. Before that, I was just going through the motions, man. I was just going through the boat motions, ups and downs, in and out of relationships, in and out of work, in and out of living situation, living in my vehicle, in my automobile, living in this house, that house, living with this woman, that woman, living with, you know, um, this apartment, that apartment, this room, that hotel, this hotel, from like 26, well, really, really 20, really my early 20s. I mean, if I really want to say just my whole life up to about 30, late 30s, early 40s, my life was a roller coaster. I didn't really have real control of my life. When you become a man, you get real control. You get real control. You have control of your emotions. People don't affect you emotionally, based on what they say or do. It doesn't affect you. You in control of your emotions. I'm in control of my physical body. Um, I'm in control of my mind. I'm in control of my spirituality. I'm in control of my finances. I got everything like hog tied. I got everything hog tied. You know what I'm saying? And this is real manhood, man. It's a wonderful feeling to know that, I got my whole life in order, hog tied. And it don't take millions of dollars, man. It don't take millions of dollars. You don't have to wait till you have all this money. Being a man is not having a house. Like how many people like struggling right now trying to pay their house note and their mortgages and all this type of stuff. Like being a man is when you've come to a point in life where, you know, you're in control. You're in control of everything. You're in control of your whole life. You're just in control. You're not worried about anything. You got things paid off. um you're not worried about nobody knocking on your door. And believe me, life happens and life will happen. I'm not saying life is going to be perfect after you've really reached your manhood. I'm not saying that life is going to happen, but what I'm really saying is as life happen, you are prepared. As life happen, I am 100,000% prepared, as life happens right now. And I just thank goodness, I just thank goodness, like I finally reached a point where it's like no matter what happens to me in life, I'm prepared. Financially, I'm prepared. Emotionally, I'm prepared. Psychologically, I'm prepared. Physically, I'm prepared. And I'm just getting better and better and better. Like I'm getting better physically, health, better emotionally with my emotions, better financially with my money. Like it's just going up from here. It's just getting better and better. So, but I've really reached a point where I realize, you know what I'm saying? I realize I haven't reached, my epic. I'm still striding. I'm still reaching. I mean, there's not gonna be a epic, really, a heighten, because I'm, I wouldn't be, when I probably I probably transition as a trillionaire. You know what I'm saying? I probably transition as a trillionaire only because I now get it. I know how to get money. I know how to get money. I know, I've learned so much. I've invested in myself, in self-improvement. I've invested a lot in self-improvement, and stuff like that. I have a lot of students, I have hundreds of students really. Um, and you guys, I have my subscribers watch me consistently. Um, you know, but I really didn't even start to become a man till like my late 30s, man. I want to tell y'all, man, like especially like we have babies, in our 20s, and some people as teenagers have babies. And listen, man, when you have a baby as a teenager, definitely as a teenager, and when you have a baby in your 20s, even your 30s, early 30s, definitely, you're a baby having a baby. You are a baby having a baby. I almost want to recommend, you can't even time it because you got people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, they still not men. They still not women. You know what I'm saying? Physically, they're in a body that's, a male, and physically they're in a body that's a female, but people haven't reached a point in their life where they have their health together. A lot of people, their finances together, even though you see people got millions of dollars, they don't have their finances together. Like they blowing money like it's water. They don't have assets set aside for this and that and that. I saw somewhere on social media, Allen Iverson, they set up some type of trust for him where he would get like $50 million when he turned 50. Thank goodness, because that dude was blowing through money like water. He had no financial literacy. And then I heard another story. His wife put up some money, or ex-wife put up some money for him, or looked out for him after the divorce. Some stuff like that I heard. But I reach, like I said, I reach a point in my life, man, where I have an asset for everything. I have an asset for, my two oldest sons. Definitely my oldest son. I didn't really get to raise him. I didn't even get back in contact with him till a couple years ago when he was like 21, and he finally found me on Facebook. Through Facebook, his mom, admitted to him who his real father was. And I hadn't seen my son since he was 7, and my oldest son, so I didn't raise him. And then my youngest son, I somewhat was able to raise him. He got taken away from me for a couple years, and when I got him back, he just wasn't the same to me. But at the same time, he turned out a better man. My youngest son turned out to be a better man than I was at his age. Let me put it like that. You know what I'm saying? And I have another little one, and that my youngest is definitely gonna be straight. I have an asset for their when they graduate college, when they graduate high school, if they choose to go all the way through this educational system. I don't force my babies to go through this educational system, public educational system, and college and all that. They don't have to. Long as you can read, write, and do arithmetics, to me, that's all you need to become a millionaire, billionaire, whatever, and delegate. Long as you know how to delegate and speak well, to me, that's all you really need to know to become a millionaire or billionaire. If they want to specialize in something, that's on them. But other than that, once my babies get past reading, writing, arithmetic, I don't really have anything else for them. As far as public school, anything after that, they need to learn real estate. In my opinion, everybody should their baby should know real estate. Investing, like that should be a focus in school, is real estate and investing. It really should. Financial literacy should be a big focus in school, but obviously it's not. Anyhow, that's why so many people out here financially illiterate. People make money but don't know how to allocate their money. But I finally, at my age, I've learned since 38 years old. I've been learning how to allocate my money, where to park my money. Physically, my health amazing. I'm eat right. Y'all know how I eat. Those you know me personally know all I eat very healthy. All I eat is watermelon. and stuff like that, and drink watermelon juice and stuff like that. And relationship wise, I've for the most part, I've really figured out women. I've really figured out women, you know what I'm saying? I've really figured out women and stuff like that. And and I have a wonderful life. I have a wonderful life. I have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful life. And I learned how to love people. You know, it's not everybody you meet that you have something in common with, that it's like, "Oh my God, where have you been all my life?" Just because you have things in common with people doesn't mean they're the one. Like that's just literally you have things in common. Okay, keep living, keep being together, keep getting to know each other. You're gonna find out a whole lot about this person you don't like and you don't have in common. All right. So I'm on this even with the person that I'm with, the lady that I'm with, we're taking it very slow. We're taking it very slow. Like the conversation I'm having with you guys, me and her have had that same conversation. And recently also, you know what I'm saying? So we're taking it very slow. We're in no rush, I haven't even made it public yet like I normally do and stuff like that. And um like that. But we're friends. We more than anything, we are friends. We are friends. And that's the main thing that I realize is relationship wise is I was never friends with a lot of the women that I've been with. The women that I've been with and me and them are still friends. Yes, those have always been my friends. But the women that I've been with and me and them can't even be friends, like we were never even friends. Like it definitely would not have worked. It definitely would not have worked. And the women that I'm still friends with and we were, together at one point or whatever, like it's all gravy because we're able to communicate on a friendship level and make each other better and help each other be better. You know what I'm saying? For our future relationships and stuff as we go through this life journey. But I've really come to a point in my life where my life is on cruise control, financially, because again, investing in assets, mainly land, learning a skill, a specialty. I'm a carpenter by trade, you know, um I look at certain people like people that live in big houses and people with the beautiful cars and all of this and all of that, but stressed out or, think they doing the damn thing because they got the house, the car. And in my mind, I'm like, God, this dude don't even realize he's not really a man. You know what I'm saying? This woman don't even realize they not like I go into some people houses and they can't even screw on a light bulb. They don't know they won't know the first thing how to protect their family or make their family secure. God forbid the shit hit the fan. It's a lot of dudes out here. Like I feel bad for their women. I feel bad for their family because these dudes don't know anything about survival skills. These dudes, like a lot of them can't even change a fucking tire. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't know how to operate a tool. Like it's just ridiculous. Like if the shit really hit the fan, I feel really bad for a lot of you women. Like some of you women know more about working a tool than a lot of these men. Like it's ridiculous. But I go in a lot of people homes and I just like shake my head and I talk to a lot of people and people be like in their 40s, their 50s, their 60s. I got one person that I know, dude is in his 50s and his level of his mentality, I just be like, when this dude talk to me, I'm so baffled. Like, how do you reach this age and still have that type of mentality? You know what I'm saying? Like a certain type of mentality. Like it baffles me. I know people in their 60s, 70s, men and women, just they have a certain type of mentality, and it really baffles me. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, it's age is like You have people that are 6, 7, 8 years old, have more intelligence than people 60, 70, 80 years old. There's that little boy that they say graduated college at 6 years old. At 2 years old, he was speaking like two, three languages, and stuff like that. So you have people like that. Now, those people still have to mature emotionally, physically, and all those other type of ways, because you have a lot of people that are very smart when they're younger, but psychologically, emotionally, they haven't matured. They haven't been through relationships and stuff like that. They get triggered, emotionally and stuff like that. They don't know how to handle the emotions. So you have a lot of people go through midlife crisis. Life is just a journey. You have to journey through life, and as you journey through life, you will definitely find that you are going to um either make life break you or make life make you. Okay, I chose to make life make me. I never let life break me. I never allowed life to break. I have life by the fucking bull horns. You heard me? And I think people around me sense it and sense my energy because I could tell when somebody want to try me or say something to me or do something to me, and they look at me and my energy, they're like, nah, that's not the one. Like, that ain't dude for me to. That dude, like, he has no fear, and I don't fear anything. I don't fear death. I don't fear living. Some people fear living. Some people don't leave their house because they fear going outside. Did y'all know that? Some people fear living. I don't fear living. I don't fear doing anything, going anywhere. Shit. I don't fear death. I don't have any fear, because I'm in control. I realize I am in control of my life. I realize death and life is in the power of the tongue, and the words I speak manifest. The words I speak and really have emotions behind them manifest. So I know how to speak. I know how to manifest my life. I know how to control my life and make my life to where, how I want it. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, emotionally, my chakras, the base chakra physically, then, my emotional, then my psychological, then my spiritual, then my crown chakra. I've mastered them, and I'm just mastering them even more, but I've really, really mastered them. You know, like I see why they say take all the money away from all the millionaires and billionaires and trillionaires and give it just spread it out amongst all the people, give it about 5 to 10 years, all that money, all that resources will be right back in the hands of the millionaires, billionaires, and trillionaires. And it's true. It's true. It's true because everything is in your mind. Everything is in your mind. Nobody can take anything away from me at this point in my life. In other words, nothing, okay, because I already have everything. So it's only for it to come into my life physically if it's not here already, and I know how to get it physically. And I've been testing the spirits, I've been testing life, I've been testing so much, and I've really mastered manifesting. I've really mastered my life. I've mastered real estate. I've mastered real estate, my spirituality, my emotions. I'm in control of my emotions, my physical body. I'm an ex-professional boxer. I know combat. I know my body. I know my body. I know what my body needs, you know. So you have to master what your body actually needs. Everybody needs to do an experiment on their body. So I've mastered all these things, and I could only do better and be better. Y'all, don't pay attention. Y'all see me and I look, I'm always in a t-shirt and I look scrubby. You looking at a master right here. You looking at a master right here. The guy was saying, when Jay-Z was only worth 100,000, he had all these jewelry and everything like that. But now he's a billionaire. When he first became a billionaire, you would just see him in a t-shirt. When you reach a certain point in life, you don't have nothing else to prove to nobody. So, You people that have the nice house, cars, jewelry, all of that, they trying to prove something to somebody. People that don't even phase them. We have nothing to prove to anybody because we've mastered our emotions. We've mastered our emotions. We've mastered our physical body. Like guys that people that really know how to fight don't go around picking fights because we've mastered fighting. Like you don't want to fight us. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we know striking points on the body that could take down a bear. We know certain things about weapons and like so it's like once you've mastered, your life in certain ways, you have nothing to prove to anybody. You don't have to yell, you don't have to scream, you don't have to try to prove anything to anybody. I I don't have to like beg people to buy land because I have all my land. You know what I'm saying? I'm keep buying more land. If you don't want to buy land, that's on you. So I'm not forcing or begging anybody to buy land like I used to. You know, I'm gonna do a part two. I'm gonna do a part two. But yeah, I'm 48 and I'm straight. I'm 48 and I finally became a man. Um, but like I say, most men don't reach their stride till their 50s, meaning they don't even start. To me, I started around my late 30s, early 40s. I realized I had to buckle down. I had to self and work on my self improvement, and that started in my late 30s, early 40s. I want to say 2013. I want to say 2013. I really started my journey in my real manhood. I was like, fuck this up and down bullshit roller coaster ride of a life. I don't want to go through a fucking roller coaster ride of a life. I need to learn self mastery. I need to self improve. And I started that. And man, now I'm so grateful. 10 years later, I've reached, I have arrived and it could only be better from now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to run for political office. I'm going to run for political office probably in the next 5, 10 years. I could definitely see next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, I'm gonna run for some type of political office, maybe even governor or something like that. That's gonna be interesting, man. Like where I came from to do something like that, that's gonna be interesting. But anyhow, I love you guys. Get in my mastermind 754-229-0940. And we chop it up about real life stuff like this too up in there. But I really want to tell you guys, man, master yourself, master self mastery, master how to speak. Notice I didn't even use one so-called curse word or profanity in this video. I did not use one profanity in this video because I don't have to. I truly realize I don't have to. I don't have to use profanity. I don't have to yell. Um, all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you guys could look forward to me doing a lot of videos now teaching without using a lot of profanity and stuff like that. I'm not gonna say I won't use any profanity, but if I feel passionate, it's nothing wrong with being passionate about something. I'm not saying I've mastered my feelings to the point where I could just and be monotone, like I'm already monotone most of the time. I'm not saying that. You can still be passionate. You can still be sad. You can still be happy. I'm not saying I've reached some point in my life where I'm never happy. I'm never sad. I'm just kind of in the middle. No, I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is I've mastered my emotions to where I'm sad when I want to be sad. I'm happy when I want to be happy. I realize my triggers. I realize when people trying to trigger me to be sad or to be happy or to be this or to be that. Like I realize all of this stuff and I just laugh at it. I just laugh at life right now because I got it by the bullhorn. You know what I'm saying? I realize I am in control. Nothing or nobody can control me or anything like that. Like I've been manifesting money, like ridiculous amount of money, and I'm like, wow, this, like I'm really in control of my life. Like nobody can take anything away from me right now at this point in my life. You know, I might even start like a self mastery class and try to help people to get to where I am as far as that. Self mastery. I might start a whole nother channel about self mastery. But anyhow, guys, get in my mastermind, man. 754-229-0940. Love you, peace. 754-229-0940.